So here we have the frame laid out, and we had to bend it in two pieces because we didn't have one 10-foot length. We only had 10-foot lengths because we had them cut in half to put in the pickup truck. So this was going to be longer than 10 feet. So what we did was we bent each side, but then we found that we happened to have a piece of 1.5-inch, 1/4-inch wall DOM tubing. So anyway, we happen to have this, and it just so happens it fits right in there with like a couple thousandths of clay. Maybe like 100th of clay. But it fits in there really well. And they have to be lined up just so, slide together. So I've got a mark on the middle of the DOM, so I know it's centered in here. And we're going to measure to make sure this is the 32 inches apart at both ends, and then we'll weld it all together. There's right at 45. I'm going to see if we have the same 2 degrees of spring back. That actually looks like that's only 1 degree of spring back this time. Now to figure out where to put the bends next, we use our little cheater gauge here, and we've previously marked where our bend started on the back of the die and roughly where it stopped. And we did that by looking at the shiny part here, seeing whereabouts it stopped bending, and here you can see where it started bending. Probably can't see that on camera, but you can see the light if you hold it up and catch it. But anyway, so we took this same amount of distance and applied it here to where we can see the bend stopped, and we've marked rings around here, so this should be pretty close. And we've got a little score here that we did with the tubing cutter just to get an even score all the way around. I'll line this up on here, and just put another mark here. So now we know we're doing 6.5 inches between our marks, so we just, from this mark, we'll measure down 6.5 inches, and that's where we'll bend another 45. Now we're going to notch this out to put on the front of the tube, and our tongue is going to, well, the ball hitch is going to go on here. But we've got a piece of plate here that keeps it out of this V, and there's nothing that really keeps it square, so we're not really supposed to do it this way, but got it lined up as best we can. Hopefully this doesn't get too out of whack.
Well, we've gotten to the point in this project where we need to make what we're calling our log lifting pole, or the raising tube, I don't know. But anyways, the tube is going to go right in the middle here, and it's going to pick up the log as you drive away. And we wanted something a little heavier than what we've been using, just because it's going to take the whole weight of the log. So we happen to have a couple pieces of tube here that we're pretty sure will fit inside together. This is an electric weld tubing. Normally electric weld has a fairly heavy seam on the inside, but we got lucky on this tube and it doesn't.
This one does.
The smaller one does, but that's not going to affect us. So we're going to attempt to insert the smaller tube into the larger tube. We hope this goes well. We're going to grease it up a little bit as we go for a couple of reasons. One is to help get these two nested together, and also to help with some rust preventative once it's all assembled.
You gotta lift it up more. I can't because of the stuff here on the wall. Down a little more. Up and down a little bit for this. Pretty good. I did not expect to be able to just hand push two pieces of electric weld together.
I think that grease made a big difference.
Yeah. So we did some guesstimating over there, and with this protractor, the best we can determine, we're going to want that to have about a 20-degree angle, and we're going to start this originally from the top coming out straight, about 10.5 inches for our roller to have a flat spot to sit on. So then we're going to want it to break down at about a 20-degree angle, but I think we're actually going to go 25, then we're kind of rotate it up. That way there we'll have like a little higher spot that the roller kind of comes up, and just as it's about to hit the end of its travel, it'll start going down like a little 5-degree slope. So it'll kind of help keep it there on flat ground when it's kind of bouncing around. Then that way there, when we go to reverse, it'll still pop off, I think. I think 5 degrees would be enough for that. Because this will be, with both of these pipes, this will be quarter wall. We've never bent quarter wall in this yet.
No.
About there. So that's really like 25, 6, it's only 27, but we'll see what it is. At up here it's at about 25. So there's our 25 degrees. It's actually like measures 26, but it's not a critical angle. So we're gonna actually put a 3-inch rise here. We're gonna hold it up 3 inches because we're gonna have to have room for our roller is gonna be up here, and we're gonna have plates and a little hook, and we're gonna need room to be able to lift the hook and the chain up. So the top of the log would be about here at the max height when we have a full size 32-inch log in here, which we might not ever see, but gotta make sure we can take it. Well, we've got our piece of stock cut off here, ready to mount it up. The best thing I got for a cutting lube is a 80/90, so that's what it is.
Well, there's the roller that we built. Oh, got some paint on it now. And we've got these other pieces. We're going to put this mechanism together. I guess we're going to call this the roller assembly. And this will pretty much finish up this log arch build. We're going to put this together and put it on the arch and show you how we think it's going to work. And then we'll do another video showing this piece of equipment in use.
We had to clean the paint off the shaft as we expected. We're just too lazy to tape it up at the time. A little bit of grease on here for the wheel. Don't expect the paint on this roller to last too long, but